guys, my name is Chloe. When do you usually drink water? I usually drink water when I'm thirsty, and all the people and animals are the same. But do you know why people and animals drink water when they're thirsty? Also, what happens if you don't drink water? Today, I'll tell you what happens if you don't drink water in 4 stages. Stage 1 is a normal thirst. When we run for 30 seconds by not stopping, we are a little thirsty. That's an example of stage 1. It seems kind of safe, but your mind will change at stage 2. Stage 2 can make you faint. It is because it makes you tired. One of my friends fainted during PE time because she didn't drink water. It's way more dangerous than stage 1. So, if you keep going without water, you can be dangerous. Stage 3 is close to death. It is because your heartbeats get faster and faster and your organs start to rot. However, if you still don't drink water, it will be the final stage, which is death. Now, do you know why we need to drink water? However, if you drink too much water at once, you can have headaches, vomit, or die. So, we can't drink too much water at once or don't drink water at all. So, let's drink water frequently, proper amount of water to save our lives. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Irene and I'm candidate number 4. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think I suddenly mentioned number 4? When you hear of number 4, what comes to your mind? In many elevators, 4th floor is not shown. And in many Asian cultures, number 4 is associated with death. Because of this, most people think number 4 in a negative way. But now, I would like to talk about the positive meanings of number 4. A 4-leaf clover means love. There are 4 beautiful seasons in a year. And in baseball, the best player in the team is the number 4 hitter. All of these positive things are related to number 4. Now, let me share a positive story of my own experience. When I ran for vice president of my school, my candidate number was 4. My friends told me that having an earlier number would be more advantageous. But my thinking was totally different. I searched for words with positive meanings related to number 4 and included them in my speech. As a result, I was elected as a vice president. After that, my friends started to remember me as the 4-leaf clover and the number 4 hitter. Some people might feel disappointed because they were not number 1, but I was not. What makes the difference is a positive mindset. People with a positive mindset do not ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" That single question helps us grow and turns failure into a part of succeed. Now, with a positive mindset, I hope all of you become the 4-leaf clover and the number 4 hitter in your own lives. Instead of saying, "I can't," say, "Yes, I can." Instead of saying, "I don't," say, "Just do it." Thank you for listening.
Superhero, superhero, superhero. What is a superhero? In movies and dramas, they're everywhere. We can't talk about these things without talking about superheroes. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Captain America, the list goes on and on. What if I could be a superhero, but not just the ones you see in movies? I mean a real life superhero. Superheroes are all around us. For example, think of a normal citizen who notices a fire during the night. He knocks on the door to wake up their neighbor and then he'll put out the fire. During an interview, he will probably say, "I didn't do anything extraordinary. Anyone in my situation would have done the same." Now that's the real superhero. A normal person that does amazing things. I want to be that kind of superhero in my life as well. I think I can do this by becoming a superhero in the future. Let me explain. I believe the words, the pen has a power. My writings, my expressions, my praise, and my words would give us strength and hope to people. My wish is that many people will feel great happiness, satisfaction, and even sometimes sadness from my books. I'm sure this would make me a superhero to someone. I'm not brave enough to put out the fire, but I do have a superpower. That is the ability to write creative and exciting stories. So when you need a writing hero, you'll find me in the bookstore. Thank you.
Have you ever wondered what color happiness is? To me, it's not just one color. It's more like brilliant light spreading into all directions, filling up my heart. Today, I want to share my secret recipe for making this wonderful light. Every chef has a special recipe. In my happiness recipe, the most important ingredient is family time. It usually starts on a cozy Friday night with my mom and dad. First, we gather around the table to play a board game. We laugh, we compete, and sometimes we even playfully argue over the rules. This adds a zesty flavor to my day. Next, we add the sweet and salty part. We sit together on the sofa, grab some warm and salty popcorns or a sweet ice cream, and turn on Netflix or Disney. As we watch a movie together, the room fills up with laughter. In these moments, I feel like I'm the happiest person in the world. Some people think happiness is something big and far away. But I've learned that happiness is a homemade dish. It's made with small, warm moments with the people I love. When I share these special moments, my heart feels like it's glowing, just like that spreading light. So, what is your recipe? I hope everyone here finds their own special ingredients to make their own special happiness recipe. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Lucia. I will introduce about talents. Do you have a lot of talents? I don't have a lot of talent. I'm a normal person and I'm even smart. I thought I can discover my talents, so I didn't worry. After that I wondered, talent is gifted from birth or creating. The genius from birth is Terence Tao. When he was 2 years old, his parents noted that he was a genius and then he received a gifted education. Now he is regarded an outstanding mathematician. The genius from creating is Michael Faraday. He became interested in science while working at a bookstore when he was 12. He studied science after that, and now he is recognized in the fields of chemistry and physics. After hearing about them, I thought that the time when talent is displayed is different. Everyone has talent. So let's try our best. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, today I want to talk about the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. At first, it seems like it's just a video game about saving the kingdom. But while playing, I realized that it teaches us important lessons about life. In the game, players wake up with no memories, no weapon, and no clear direction. He must explore a huge world and learn by himself. This is similar to our lives. We don't always know our future, and we often make mistakes. In Breath of the Wild, future is not the end. When player loses, he gets another choice. The game teaches us that failure is important learning. The game also gives us freedom. There is no particular way to succeed. You can solve the problem your own way. Just like in life, everyone's journey is different. This shows us that true courage is moving forward, even when we're afraid. So, Breath of the Wild is more than a game. It reminds us that life is an open world, and how we explore it is up to us. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Sophia. Today I will talk about my favorite memories from my childhood. My first memory is my room filled with gifts. When I woke up, my desk, my floor, and my bookshelf was full. I was so happy. Then I opened all the gifts. My mom and dad came to my room. I gave them a big hug. The second memory is when I got an iPhone and an iPad. It was my first birthday celebrating in Canada. We went to the Apple store and I looked at some iPhones and an iPad. Then I saw a valuable iPhone and an iPad, so my mom bought both for me. My last memory is my dog. When I was 7 years old, I went to an adoption center and looked at many dogs. Then I saw a really active and cute puppy, so I told my mom that I want this dog right away. Well, that is my best friend, Cream. Now I'll choose my favorite memories from my childhood. It's my best friend, Cream. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone! Today I want to talk about how overfishing is destroying our planet. Overfishing means catching too many fish faster than they can grow back. Huge fishing boats use large nets to catch many fish, but these methods cause serious problems in the ocean. One serious problem is the garbage island in the sea. Many people think it is made only of plastic bottles and bags. However, about 50% of the garbage island is fishing equipment such as nets and rods. These tools are lost or thrown during the fishing. They continue to trap fish, turtles, and whales. Another serious problem is the destruction of coral reefs. Coral reefs are homes for many sea animals. It also helps support ocean life that produces about 50% of the oxygen on Earth. When coral reefs are damaged by fishing net and equipment, this system is weakened. Overfishing also breaks the food web in the ocean. The food web means that all sea animals are connected by what they eat. For example, small fish are eaten by bigger fish and bigger fish are eaten by whales and humans. When too many fish are caught, animals higher in the food web lose their food. As a result, the balance of the ocean collapses. This problem does not only affect sea animals, it also affects humans. So, what can we do? We should reduce overfishing and manage fishing equipment more carefully. We must protect coral reefs and keep the food web alive. The earth is our home. If we continue overfishing, we are destroying our future. But if we act now, we can save the ocean and our planet. Thank you for listening.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be here to tell my story. When people think of an orchestra leader, they usually imagine the first violin sitting in the front. But I'm the section leader of the third violin. At first, I wondered, can someone in the back really be a leader? The third violin does not play the main melody. We strengthen the harmony and keep the rhythm consistent. If we're not coordinated, the whole orchestra sounds unbalanced. As a section leader, my role was not to stand out, but to support others steadily. I watched the conductor closely, helped my section stay in sync, and motivated friends who felt unsure. I learned that leadership does not always mean being visible. Sometimes it means being dependable, patient, and helping others succeed. Through being a third violin section leader, I discovered a new kind of leadership that creates stability and harmony. Now I know that even from the back, I can make a meaningful impact. Thank you for taking your time and attention.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daisy. I would like to talk about globalization and English and what true global English really means. I learned English in Korea and became interested in it. So I lived in Canada for a year and a half. Canada is a very unique country. There are people from many different places. There are people from Asia, Europe, and Africa.
Because of this, English in Canada is very diverse. All of the people have different accents and ways of thinking. Sometimes their English is not perfect, but that's okay. I learned that English is about their own culture and backgrounds. English is about understanding others. When people from all around the world live in the same place, we need English that is simple and easy to understand. I talked with many people from different places. It wasn't easy for me to understand their English, but when I listened carefully, it was easy for me to communicate with others. So I realized something important. Good communication is not one-sided. We should always try to understand others. In Korea, we focus a lot on pronunciation and grammar. These are important, but in a global world, they're not the most important things. The most important things are their culture and backgrounds. True global English is that helps people connect. It helps people work together. It helps people live together. This is the English that the world really needs. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Violet. Today I'd like to share a special story about my little friend named Hemi. When I was younger, I felt lonely. Sometimes I didn't know how to share my feelings and my heart felt quiet and empty. Just then, Hemi came into my life. Hemi was very small, but Hemi gave me was huge comfort. When Hemi came out of the cage, ran on the wheel, or ate food with his tiny hands, my heart felt warm and calm. Just watching Hemi made me feel safe. Hemi never spoke, but Hemi always listened. When I was sad or upset, I quietly shared my feelings with Hemi. Little by little, my heart began to heal. To me, Hemi was not just a hamster. Hemi was my friend and my comfort. Sadly, Hemi passed away when I was 10 years old. I miss Hemi very much. But even now, the love and memories remain in my heart. When I feel lonely or tired, I always think about Hemi. Before I finish, I'd like to share a message with you. During this camp, I hope all of us can find good friends just like Hemi was to me. In conclusion, Hemi was not just a hamster to me. Hemi healed my heart and taught me the power of friendship. I hope all of us can find good friendship like that during this camp. Thank you for listening.
Have you ever heard about UNICEF, which takes care of hungry and sick children all over the world? UNICEF was established on December 11th, 1946, and still it is helping children usually in Ukraine, Afghanistan, Haiti, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. These days there are poor, starving, uneducated, and suffering children in the whole world. When we play, eat, and sleep in peace, these children, especially children in Ukraine, are in pain and fear. Every day, thousands of children are dying. However, many people aren't paying attention to this serious problem. We must be aware of this problem and try to solve it. UNICEF travels all around the world and helps every single child. They get vaccines in order to prevent viruses like malaria and feed starving children. Also, they educate children on their own. Furthermore, they build schools, shelters, and wells. UNICEF is a group that can listen to a child's voice and help. So, how can regular people help? When we make vaccines and all kinds of other stuff, we need money, which means donating is one of the best ways to help. Also, we can give attention to this group and problem that children face. It is absolutely not hard to help. To conclude, UNICEF is the most trustable and reliable group you can sponsor. UNICEF provides clean water, sanitation, and a wonderful education system to children. So, why don't you start helping children by donating to UNICEF? Thank you!
Do you like easy things or challenging things? I didn't like challenge at first. I really hate losing. When my friends play rock, paper, scissors, I usually said I'll be the judge. Games, bets, even small competitions make me nervous. I thought if I lost, everyone would laugh at me. So I just didn't try. Then I met a really good friend. She looked happy when she gave a presentation. She looked happy even when she lost a game. I like her confident face, so one day I asked her, "Don't you feel bad when you lose or making mistakes?" She laughed and said,
Of course, I lose a lot. But isn't life boring without challenge? Failure is just a step toward success. Being perfect sounds boring too. Her words make me stop and think. She was right. I realized that failure is not something to be ashamed of. It is like background music for growing success. Now I choose to challenge myself. I'm not embarrassed anymore because I believe in myself. Even when failure mixes into my success, my story will going on. One note is boring, but many notes make music. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Konha. Let me begin with a question. Have you ever felt afraid to try something new? I have, and my very first challenge was learning English. When I first started learning English, it felt so difficult. I still remember the first time I tried to speak in front of my classmates. My hands were shaking, my voice was trembling, and I nearly forgot my words. I was afraid of making mistakes, but then I discovered something important. Mistakes are not failures. They are small steps that lead us towards success. Here at this English camp, I chose to face my fear. Even though I feel nervous, I will keep writing and speaking in English. Each time I try, I become a little braver and a little stronger. Now I feel more confident than before. I know that if I continue step by step, I will grow, not only in English, but in every challenge I encounter. My first challenge taught me courage, and that courage guided me to many more opportunities in the future. Thank you for listening.
For STEM period, cancer was our enemy. There was no treatment for it. However, there's a treatment for cancer. Human can meet this treatment by develop medicine. Hello, my name is Yerim. Now, we can expect about human average life could be increased. Most people think living longer just be good. However, there's two fatal problem. The two fatal problem is too much population and more health problem. The first problem is too much population. Now, Earth have a plenty of food that people could eat. However, when time goes, there will be more people than now. According to Finland Aalto University, 33% of food is using to feed livestock. When we change this usage of this, more people could eat it. However, in the future, there will be more people and food will be decreased. This can cause a starve problem to human. The second problem is more health problem. When people became older, their recovery speed and physical muscle became worsened. Because of this, they will rest most of their life in the hospital. According to Incheon Sarang University, living long at the hospital can cause many mental problems. Now, Korea have a big problem of aging society. Aging society can be connected with this problem. We need that living longer can be good. However, there's some problem. We need a countermeasure of this. Thank you for listening to my speech.
When you hear about Daejeon, what do you think? Many people say it's boring. I live in Daejeon, so at first I felt a little sad about that. But after living here, I realized something. Daejeon is actually fun. There's a lot of interesting things. First, there's Samsungdang, a famous bakery. It's not just for people in Daejeon. People came from all over Korea just to try bread. Now, when people ask what's in Daejeon, many people say Samsungdang. Another fun thing is Gumdo, Daejeon's cute mascot. Gumdo shows Daejeon is the city of science. People even buy Gundam products or toys. Gundam shows the friendly face of city. Daejeon is great for translation. With the KTX train, you can go Seoul, Busan, Gwangju quickly. This makes Daejeon not just a city to pass through, but a city that comes to people all over Korea. Daejeon may look quiet, but it's right in the middle of the country. The city I live in, Daejeon is interesting than people think. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, I'm happy to meet you. My name is Jill. Today, I'm going to tell you about Korean food. Do you like spicy food? Then you like Korean food. In Korea, most people eat kimchi. You can eat it for breakfast, you can eat it for lunch or dinner too. It's a little spicy. There are many kinds of kimchi. For example, cabbage kimchi, diced radish, radish water kimchi. Here is one way to make kimchi. Take lots of cabbage. Add salt and chili pepper powder. Then add radishes, garlic, ginger, and shrimp sauce. Mix them well. Today, kimchi is red. The first kimchi was white. It had no chili pepper powder. Some say that people from Portugal took chili peppers to Korea in the 1600s. But others say that birds dropped the seeds in Korea millions of years ago. Now, Korean food uses lots of chili pepper powder. In the past, people kept their kimchi in a brown jar called the hangari. Today, most people keep it in the refrigerator. You can make lots of dishes with kimchi. You can make kimchi stews, you can make kimchi pancakes too. My favorite dish is kimchi fried rice, which tastes great. I love kimchi. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Jenny, and today I'm going to talk about a topic of how I convinced my parents. I have had a dream since I was 5 years old, and no, it wasn't one of those dreams that you wish for one day and forget as time goes by. I had many dreams when I was young, but this was different. This time, I wished for a dog. At first, I thought my parents would allow it without a doubt. However, I was wrong. They both strongly disagreed. Still, I did not give up. I tried every single thing I could do to change their minds. My first step was to show them how responsible I could be, just like every other kid usually does. I helped around the house to prove that I was ready, but after trying that for a year or two, I realized that it wasn't working. Then one day, my father made me a deal. He said that if I catch a sparrow and hold it for 3 seconds, he would let me buy a dog. Then from that day on, every single time I went outside, I brought my butterfly net with me. You might think that I'm joking, but I actually caught a pigeon with those ones. Unfortunately, just as I was about to hold the pigeon with my own bare hands, my mother let it free. The only thing I heard from my father was, "You did catch a pigeon, but you were supposed to catch a sparrow." So no, I did not get a dog after that. Another opportunity came when I was in 4th grade. This time, my mother told me that if I wrote a book, she would let me buy a dog. So obviously, I started writing a book, a real book. It was about a family traveling to Hong Kong. My parents didn't think that I would actually finish it, but after 3 years of hard work, I finally did it. I wrote a book with my own hands. So as soon as this camp ends, I'm going to get a dog of my own. Some of you might think that the only reason I'm getting a dog is because I wrote a book. However, my parents say that there is so much more than that. They've seen how badly I wanted this dream for the past 8 years of my life, and they've also seen how much effort I put into it. People often say, if you want things desperately, it will eventually happen. I did not believe that at first. However, now I do. Me and my family got to see it happen right in front of our eyes. If you want things to happen badly, so badly, you'll get to see yourself trying every single thing you can do to make it happen. And at the end, it's just a matter of time before your dreams to come true. That will be all. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. My name is Julia. I went to a summer camp in Saipan last summer. Today, I want to talk about my special experience there for 3 weeks. First, I want to talk about school. After ESL class, I went to a local school in Saipan for 1 week. The most interesting thing was that school ended later than in Korea. We had snack time and school ended around 3 p.m. Second, I want to talk about the ocean in Saipan. The ocean was very beautiful. On weekends, we did many activities. My favorite activity was visiting Managaha Island. The water was clear and clean. It shone under the sunlight. I saw pretty coral reefs and enjoyed sunbathing. Lastly, I want to talk about food. The food in Saipan was a little salty. People usually ate some very simple lunch, such as bread and milk. It was different from Korea. At my camp, we had lunch boxes, so that was good. But I missed Korean food. I was happy to have new experiences in Saipan for 3 weeks. I went to a local school and made new friends. It was a great experience for me. If you have a chance, I recommend visiting Saipan. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Harry. You know, what made me happy the most? My 2 precious cats. Each one is very special to me. They have 2 beautiful eyes, adorably tiny paws, sharp claws, and 2 pricky ears. Their tiny bodies are covered with smooth fur. Their furry tails are just perfect for tickling me all the time. Cats have an adorable face with a tiny nose, a big mouth, and a few whiskers under their nose. One day, one of my adorable cats, Higimja, didn't look well. I could tell he was ill. I have a horrible feeling about it. It turns out Higimja was infected with COVID-19. My parents and I were hopeless to hear there's no cure. Then, the vet suggested there is a medicine that there is on Central Trail. We were so desperate that we would take anything we can. We prayed and waited. I couldn't just let my precious one go. Then the miracle happened. My adorable cat, Hugimja, was healed. Every day with my 2 cats is a gift. I'm so grateful that two cats are healthy and happy. I still remember that day my parents adopted cats. That day I swore to myself I will love them to death. But ever since they live with me. It was them who loved me the most. I wouldn't be here if you weren't there for me. Thank you.
You, in another universe, loves Mondays. You always wake up on time. You never forget your homework. That sounds too suspicious to be true. However, the multiverse theory actually supports the idea that there might be you who loves Mondays. Today, I'll tell you my complex opinions of the multiverse, and the results might even shock you. In order to start our journey, we need to understand the concept of Schrödinger's cat. You might have seen it from a YouTube video, but let me tell it shortly. If there's a cat in a box with a 50% chance of dying whenever, if you don't open the box, the cat inside it is dead and alive. However, if I add my opinion, things get different. Let's say that my life is filled with paths, which represent the choices I can make. If you choose one path, you're now in the consequences of the path you chose. In result, all the different choices you could have made, or universes, will disappear. In result, there are various multiverses, but the choice you make will constantly reshape yours. Let me make my theory clear by some examples. Let's say I make a clone of myself.
The different choices my clone and I will make will reshape the clone and I's universe. For example, let's say I choose to come to this camp while my clone does not. Right now, I'm standing here giving this speech while my clone might be at an academy listening to my teacher. You see, even one different choice will seriously reshape the universe we are living in. I bet at least some of you understood what I was saying. If I summarize this, it's this. My universe grows by the choices I make. Our choices will constantly reshape our universe. If I, or you guys, don't take chances, we cannot grow our universe. What do we have to do in order to take chances? We have to trust our gut. It's not an organ, it's a cool word for courage. Once I know how to take positive chances, I can grow my universe to a better world. So everyone, remember to take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about my dream. My dream is to become an actor. I have wanted to be an actor for a long time. I like acting because I can become different people. I can show many emotions like happiness, sadness, and anger. When I act, I feel happy. I believe that if I work hard, my dream will come true. In the future, I want to be a great actor and make people happy. This is my dream. Thank you for listening.
Hello, everybody. My name's Julie from class 3rd Mouth. Rising syllables, drying forest, and murky sky. Silence but unstoppable. Climate change has put art into danger. This trees knew no border. So the 21 countries of Asia Pacific came together. People with different language, culture, economies of various size joined hands around a shared core value, responding to environmental challenges. Each country brought own skill and knowledge. Korea shared carbon reduction technology. Australia contributed renewable energy expertise. Canada introduced eco-friendly energy model, and Indonesia emphasized the importance of rainforest conservation. Because of the differences, they have been learned from one another, and it became clear. This was the challenges they could only solve together. Now, environmental protection is no longer responsibility for just a few nations. Nobody could protect art alone. Even though border may divide us, the art is one, and so is a part of solidarity may protect us. In 2025, AP Summit was held in Jeonju, and lots of leaders and representatives from another country visited the city. They saw and experienced Korean traditional culture and UNESCO World Heritage for first hand. They saw and experienced APC speaking became more important to Korea to grow into global city, and this is the reason why I prepared the speech, because it made a big impression to me. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I was Julie from class 3rd Mouth. Thank you.